Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of DUKEBOYZ Garage. With you always is Nick Mac. Today's gonna be a big day. Kingquad needs a lot of maintenance. What happened was, Radiator broke. I've already replaced that. I'll show you the rad. This is gonna be good. The tie rod ended up loosening off and peening over the steering knuckle. The steering knuckle. You know, when a piece goes in the tie rod, it actually peened it over. So I had to go out and buy a new steering knuckle, and we're gonna put that on today. The rear axle started clicking. Well, and then I started looking into it. I went out and bought a rear axle, and I started looking into it, and I found out maybe the U-joint's gone in the rear drive shaft. So I'm gonna check that out too. It needs an oil change. It needs the dip fluid changed. It needs the rear dip fluid changed. I still haven't got that because I can't find that. I have to go to a Tractor Supply store. It takes mobile fluid 424 or something like that, or an equivalent. I don't even know what mobile 424 is, or mobile, yeah, whatever. I gotta get that. So yeah, let's get crack-a-lacking, cuz. So here's the rad that just came out of the bike. Look at this tab here. It's like cracked right along there. It's cracked. It's effered. And it is starting to look like it was starting to leak here. I did use it over the winter to plow snow. It never overheated, so kudos on that one. But the brackets, like this one, sheared right off. It broke right off. Like it's all mangled. The fins are all mangled. And here's the other end of it. I had to zippy tie it to the rad relocate on the trail that day. That was not fun. But yeah, I'll show you the new rad. It came all the way from China. It's an aftermarket rad. I bought it off Amazon. It was Tarzan, I think. And it's all aluminum with, it's been TIG welded. TIG welds look pretty good. So let's get at this, man. I got a lot of work ahead of me. Here's the carnage right here. This is why I gotta replace the whole steering knuckle. Like, look at it is effered. All right, let's get at it. If the caliper won't come off, pry the caliper towards it, and you'll push the piston in a little bit, and then it should just pop right off. This is why I have to replace it. So here's the new one. See how that's nice and circular. And here's the old one. It's kind of ovaled right here from the tie rod loosening up and pulling on it and excessive beating on it. So yeah, if you have a Kingquad, I suggest making sure your tie rods are tight, because This bad boy here cost me $306 Canadian. And it seems like you can get them cheaper in the States, but I couldn't get one up here in time, so I had to bite the bullet and spend 306 bucks. So yeah, let's get pressing this bearing in. Alright, this is not the way I like to do things, but it looks like it's the only way I'm gonna have to pound it in with a hammer. I'm gonna put block wood on top of it, so hopefully it goes in straight. I kind of like pressing it in, but I don't have a press or anything. And it's Monday, everybody's at work that has a press, so wish me luck. Alright, so I got the bearing all seated in there. Down past the lip, there's a circ clip that goes in here, so I gotta get it out of the old one. So we're gonna try this freaking seal puller here so I can get at it. I don't really care if I destroy anything, because there we go, that wasn't hard. So you gotta get your circ clip pliers, 2 little holes go on here. These things are a bitch sometimes. There we go, watch it, it might spring all over the place when you get it out. Put it in the other one. Put in this one. Alright, this is going to be fun too. Nothing wants to cooperate with me today. Oh, almost got it in. Got one side in. There we go. And she's in. Beauty, Gus. So, we need the seals now. So this is going to be fun. I got to pound this in too somehow. So there's like a little lip around here. You don't want to damage that. You could use, I'm going to try the old seal here. Yeah, look at that. You put the old seal on top of the new seal and bada bing, bada boom boom. So yeah, we'll just tap that in. There we go. It is all the way in. Check that out. Nice. So, use the old front seal, pound in the back rear seal. Now let's go to the front. Front seal. This one, I'm just gonna do the same thing. You don't want to damage these seals. The bearing will just blow up after that, getting water in there constantly. And there we go. Replaced and replaced. Alright, now we gotta get the ball joint. Ball joint comes with a cotter pin, new circ clip, new washer. Wouldn't it be nice if that just drops right in there? Oh, almost. Almost, man. So we're gonna have to press this in too. So I'll press this in and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so we got the new ball joint in there. Now I can put the circ clip back in. This looks like it's gonna be fun, maybe. Maybe I can, maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully, maybe. Maybe, hopefully. Holy smokes, Nick, a little shaky today. Oh, yeah. There we go. Right. Put dust shield back on. There we go. Right. So I'm gonna put some more grease in here and in here, and I'm gonna go put it back on the machine. So before we put the hub back in, we have to clean out the spines and around where it slides into the steering knuckle, into the bearing, just to make sure it's nice and clean. Put some fresh grease on there. Alright, now onto reassembling the steering knuckle onto the machine. You're going to want to clean all this crap off the axle here where it sits inside the hub sits up against here and in there. You want to do this before you put the housing back on and stuff. Alright. Feed the axle through. Bottom one in first. Drop ball joint in. And there we go. Now just reassemble it like you kind of took it apart. Now this one is a pain in the butt. The cotter pin comes through, so you don't want it to hit the boot, the CV boot, because if it does, it's going to gouge a hole in it. So you really want to make sure it's peened over. Make sure the pad's sitting in the plate here. Sometimes the pads will get out a little bit and it'll act like you have no brakes, but it's just because the pad's not in properly. Alright guys, I gotta change this rear axle. It's clicking. I did check the U-joint, that's way back in here. I'd show you with the camera, but I can't get in there. It's got like a big boot around it. It looked like it was brand new. So to change this axle out, I have to drain the diff fluid, because diff fluid will come out of here if you don't. But I have to change it anyway, so let's get at her. And it's a 19 mil socket. Busted looking. Let that drain. Yeah, this is like the easiest axle to take out. All you have to do is undo the big nut here and undo this, lift this up, and it'll all slide out. Let me get the pliers and we'll get at this. Pull the axle out, you push it in all the way, and just give her, just pull it. There we go. Come right out. Just like that. And that's how you remove a rear axle in a Kingquad. Alright, so putting this in is the reverse of taking it out. So you gotta make sure it's lined up. You got the teeth in there. Try to push it in. There we go. Just like that. Now, you gotta do put all this other stuff back together. Just make sure your seals are nice and clean. Hopefully this axle lasts another 3,000 kilometers. Alright, so I already put the drain plug in the rear diff. I just have to fill up that and change the oil and drain the other diff. Alright, so I think we're going to go to a time lapse. So yeah, we had some I can't even say it. So yeah, we had some technical difficulties at the Dutch rudder office. I don't know what happened with the time lapse of me doing the fluid change and what's going on, but I figured it out. It's done. So most importantly, remember to check your stuff before you go for a ride. This really could have been avoided if I paid a little bit more attention to the tie rods. It wouldn't have cost me so much money. Sometimes you do get pressed for time. Family life, work, all that fun stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, just make sure to overlook everything twice. That's all I'm saying. So on those words, I hope you guys found this video kind of interesting. Take care of your machines and happy trails.